I have tested 6 new skincare products so that you don't have to. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing 6 new skincare products that recently launched. So these are very new. These are brand spanking new. And I'm really excited to talk about these because some of them I do really like and some of them I'm just not sure about. So of course, I'm going to be talking about my experience with them as I had the opportunity to already test them in my own skincare routine. And we're going to be going over price point, ingredients, who can benefit from these, how you can use it, but most importantly, are these products worth your money? Let's talk about it. So these 6 new products will be linked below for you as always. So let's talk about that first product. So I don't know about you, but every time there is a new skincare launch, I get really excited. Usually I'm drawn in by the packaging and what that product claims it's supposed to do. But always remember that ingredients matter. You want to have a look at that ingredient list and look for those key ingredients that are supposed to be beneficial for your skin. So let's say the serum is for exfoliation. You want to know what those key ingredients are for exfoliation and where are they situated in the ingredient list. Are they at the top of the ingredient list? Are they at the bottom? And let's just hope that there's ingredients in that formulation that are for exfoliation, because there are some brands out there that will market a product and when you have a look at the ingredient list, there really isn't anything in that formulation that is even going to be beneficial for exfoliation. So ingredients matter. Always have a look at that before spending your money on a product. So let's talk about the first product. This is by Glow Recipe. They came out with a new serum and this is the Pomegranate Peptide Firming Serum. I love this brand. I feel like they have a lot of great products. They smell incredible as well. Now, the unfortunate thing about Glow Recipe is that if you are sensitive to fragrance and you really can't stand it, or you just can't have it in your skincare routine, then Glow Recipe, the brand, is not for you because majority of all of their products have a scent. There is fragrance and this one does as well. It's very, very mild. You do smell it initially, but then I feel like after a couple of minutes, I don't smell it anymore. So it's very, very subtle. But of course, that could still be triggering for those that are quite sensitive to fragrance. Now, the one thing that I really do like about this is that this has a polypeptide complex. So there is a copper ingredient in here, and you guys know that I love copper peptides. This ingredient truly took my skincare to the next level in terms of my skin being more firm and just helping with signs of aging. And I've been the most consistent with the Ordinary and the NIOD copper peptides. But I'm always on the hunt for new copper peptide formulations. And so this formulation here has that copper, but it also has another type of peptide as well. So this will target fine lines and again to firm the skin over time. This also contains hyaluronic acid. There is squalene in here. So this is a very hydrating formulation that also plumps the skin, and there is also pomegranate seed oil, and so this is going to help soothe and soften the skin. Now, the one thing that I do like about this serum is that it's a creamy serum. So I do feel like because it's in a creamy type of texture, I do feel like it's a little bit more moisturizing than some of the water-based formulations that I have tried in the past. So as you can see here, it has that nice creaminess to it and it is pretty runny. So it's very thin and lightweight and it spreads nice. And you really do get this nice glow once it's all applied to the skin. This retails at $61 Canadian and you are getting 30 mils of product. Now I am a huge fan of the Ordinary copper peptides and that one is half the price. So for what you're getting here, I guess it just depends on what brand do you like better. What ingredients do you prefer? Do you need that pomegranate seed oil? Do you want that squalene in here? You have to basically go by that. For me personally, I wouldn't pick this over the Ordinary copper peptides, and I also wouldn't choose this over the NIOD. I feel like the Ordinary and NIOD are formulated perfectly. I have seen the best results with those, and for the price point, I much prefer to use those. The one from the Ordinary and from NIOD, they contain more anti-aging ingredients, and so I just feel like to spend $61 on this, it's not worth it for me, but I do think it's a great option if you love this brand and you want something that has that that creamy texture, something that is a little bit more moisturizing on the skin. This one is not sticky or tacky once it's dried down, and it does layer up nicely with the products that I have used with it, like different sunscreens, different textures and consistencies, and it always sat nicely underneath my makeup as well. So although I think this is a lovely option for an anti-aging serum, I just don't feel like it's worth $61 for what it is. The next product is by First Aid Beauty, and this is the Brighten and Glow Eye Cream. Now, this is very, very similar to the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty eye cream, and I did talk about that a couple of years ago. It's a great eye cream for those that have dark circles. Same with this one. They pretty much contain the exact same key ingredients: niacinamide, pumpkin seed extract, hyaluronic acid. They both contain silicone ingredients, and the ingredient list is very, very similar. One is in a squeezy tube, one comes in a jar, and they both have the same peachy tone to it, which helps to brighten and color correct, but they both have that micro pearlescent to it as well, which also gives that nice brightness underneath the eyes. So I don't know what's happening here. I'm sure the ingredients might be slightly different, but the key ingredients, the color and the pearlescent, are the exact same thing. This retails at $49 Canadian for 15 mils of product, which is a standard size of an eye product, and this is great for all skin types, including sensitive skin. This also contains caffeine, so if you are puffy underneath your eyes, of course this ingredient can help to reduce on puffiness, the niacinamide for dark circles, and then of course hyaluronic acid to hydrate and plump. Now, this is a very moisturizing eye cream. I wouldn't say that it's plumping. I really didn't notice this plumping at all. It is brightening, but I feel like that's it. I don't have dark circles. I'm very fortunate that I don't, but I do have a little bit of discoloration with some pinky purple tones in the inner corner of my eye. So I did feel like this did give that nice brightness with that peachy tone and pearlescent. And then of course it's moisturizing. My makeup sat nicely on top of this. So did my sunscreen, but I feel like that's it with this. You know, it's not an eye cream that I would want to use all the time because, you know, when I'm looking for an eye cream or an eye serum, I'm looking for something that has more anti-aging ingredients to target signs of aging. This would be more for like a daytime, for your morning routine, something that brightens. And then of course, if you have dark circles, then, you know, that niacinamide can help to treat that over time. And niacinamide is a great ingredient for many concerns, but it's more so for discoloration in my opinion. And I will show you what this looks like. So if you're familiar with the Eye Duty, you will agree with me that this looks pretty much the same. So that's what it looks like there. The Eye Duty eye cream might be a little bit thinner, a little bit more runny of a texture. This is a little bit thicker maybe, but again, it's pretty much the same. That amount there would be enough to do both of your eyes. It spreads nicely. It does have this silicone feel to it because of course there is silicones in the ingredient list. Very moisturizing. It's not sticky or tacky. It feels very nice on the skin. And as you can see, we have a pearlescent there as well, which is really beautiful for daytime. So I do like this. I think that this is really nice, but for $49, I just feel like I would much prefer to use something else that contains more anti-aging ingredients. So I'm covering a larger area for skin concerns. You know, an eye cream or an eye serum that has maybe a retinol that also has peptides in it, something that addresses multiple skin concerns. This one, in my opinion, is strictly for brightening and just for moisture. So if that is your thing, I totally think this is worth it. The next product is by The Ordinary, and this is the Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. I did review this already on my channel, so if you haven't seen that video yet, I will leave it below for you in my description box if you want to check it out after this video. Now, The Ordinary came out with this for those that have redness, sensitivities, and irritation. So this is an excellent serum to have on hand if you're someone that gets dry and irritated from using active ingredients. For example, tretinoin, retinol, perhaps you get irritation from using glycolic acid, anything like that. This is great to have for when you need it. And that's typically when I use this. Whenever my skin feels tight and dry and a little bit angry, then that's when I start incorporating this in my routine. And so you can use this every day, twice a day if you wish, but once a day honestly is sufficient enough. And sometimes I will even pair this up with my tretinoin at nighttime, or I will pair it up with glycolic acid, copper peptides. The only ingredient that you should be leery with, according to The Ordinary, is not to pair this up with vitamin C, your pure forms like L-ascorbic acid, or vitamin C derivatives, as they say these conflict with one another. So to achieve maximum results, keep these separate. So if you haven't seen this yet, it is pink in color, and that coloring is coming from the vitamin B12 ingredient. There is also gallic acid in here, which is another ingredient that will help to soothe and address signs of redness. And there's also Centella asiatica in here as well. So use this after your water-based serums, but before your creams. So before your tretinoin, before your moisturizer, and before your sunscreen. And this is also retailed at $25.80 Canadian for 30 mils. I feel like this is worth the $25.80. It really is a serum that works, and again, it's great to have on hand as well. Now, if you're a fan of NIOD modulating glucosides, which is a similar serum to this, I think you're going to love it. This is more affordable. Yes, the ingredient list is a little bit different, but they basically do the exact same thing. So if you're looking for something that is more affordable by $10, then go with this one. I love it, and I feel like this is going to be a part of my skincare routine for a very long time. The next one is by Lawless, and this is the Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Perfecting Cream. Wow, that is a mouthful. And I was intrigued about this because it's a cream that will help to hydrate and plump and to target signs of aging. So if you're looking for that nice, rich, thick cream that keeps your skin comfortable, that is extremely moisturizing, but also has anti-aging ingredients in it, then this would be a great option to look into. And you know, I actually quite like it. I really do. So this has a hexapeptide and an octapeptide complex. So there's two of them in here. There is squalene, there is shea butter, there is also caffeine in here. I will say for the price point and for what this is, it's pretty expensive. Like this is $70.50 Canadian, I believe, for 50 mils. And for the price point, I just feel like you can find something else that contains more anti-aging ingredients in it. For example, I love the Drunk Elephant Proteiny Polypeptide Cream. That cream contains 9 types of peptides, whereas this one contains 2, and those peptides are further down in the ingredient list. So for what this is, even though I think it's great and it's moisturizing, I don't feel like it's worth $70. I really don't, because those peptide ingredients are not even at the top of the ingredient list, and I don't know how beneficial this will be for long term with continuous use, other than it will just keep your skin nice and plump and moisturized, which this does. That's what it looks like there, so I will come up closer. So it is a pretty thick cream. Honestly, it doesn't pour out at all. There is absolutely no fragrance to this, and it does spread nicely as well. So let me show you. I usually use a spatula. I don't have one in here, so I'm using my finger. I know that's a no-no, but oh well, I have clean hands. So that's what it looks like there, and a little bit honestly goes a long way. Of course, you would want to use more than this for your face and your neck, but it does spread really nicely, and it doesn't have that sticky, tacky feel either. Your skin really feels nice and nourished, and your makeup sits beautifully on top of this, and so does your sunscreen. Honestly, I have no complaints with this whatsoever. It really is that perfect formulation that works with everything. So if you want to try something different, something that will be great for fall and winter, that is extremely moisturizing and plumping, I would say go with this. But if you're looking for something for anti-aging, I feel like you can find better. I know the Drunk Elephant Proteiny Polypeptide is a little bit more expensive than this, but to spend a little bit more for something that is going to be more beneficial in terms of the ingredient list, I would much rather do that than to purchase this again. The next product is by Tilbury. They came out with a new cream, and this is the Magic Water Cream. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you guys know how much I love the original Magic Cream, the one that is thicker and richer. It also has fragrance. A lot of people can't use it because of the fragrance. I actually don't mind the scent of it. My skin is not sensitized to fragrance, so I really like it, and I use that cream pretty much every morning in my morning routine, especially now that we're coming into fall and winter. It's going to be one of my go-tos because it's very rich and it just does the job well, and it contains a lot of anti-aging ingredients. This one also contains some anti-aging ingredients, so perfect for those that are looking to plump up their skin, to obviously keep it moisturized, but also to treat signs of aging. Perfect for all skin types, including sensitive skin, and for those that have dryness. This will also help to reduce on redness as well, and I do have a little bit of redness to my skin naturally, and I felt like this did a pretty good job to obviously tone that down a little bit, but just to keep my skin feeling so comfortable. Now, this is a water cream, but it's not your typical water cream where it's really jelly and it evaporates halfway through the day and then your skin feels tight. I've had that experience so many times with water creams that I just really wasn't a fan of them, but they did a very good job formulating this. They really did, because there's still a little bit of a richness to it. So it's definitely thinner and more lightweight than the regular Magic Cream, but this one has a little bit of richness to it where it just still keeps your skin comfortable and your skin remains moisturized for the entire day as well as all night. So you can use this every day, twice a day, and you can pair this up, of course, with retinol, tretinoin, and with all of your other skincare products that you typically use. And so I will show you what this looks like up close. So you can see that it looks like your average cream. And it still has a thickness because it's not pouring out of the jar. Most water creams will be pouring out of the jar at this point. So you can see that it still has that richness to it, but it is definitely more lightweight than the original one, but it still keeps your skin really comfortable. So let me show you what this looks like on the back of my hand. So I just put a little bit there. So you can see that it does have that thinner texture to it. It spreads really nicely. Your skin will have a little bit of a glow to it, but it definitely is not sticky or tacky. So it does dry down skin-like, but you still have this nice glow to it as well. And I've never had an issue with pilling. It always sat nicely with my makeup, with my sunscreens, and of course my other skincare products as well. So this is fragrance free. So if you're looking for that fragrance free option, you're going to love this. And this one comes in 2 sizes, and the largest size actually has a refill option. So this one is 15 mils of product and it retails at $41 Canadian. And then of course they do have a 50 mil option, which retails at $135 Canadian. And the refill size is 122. So yes, it's definitely more expensive than the Lawless, but I really like it. I love the way that my skin looks and feels with it. A little bit goes a long way, especially with this one because it does spread nicely. And we do have some peptides in here as well. And yes, they are further down in the ingredient list, but we do have a vitamin C derivative in here. There is squalene, shea butter, there's caffeine, there's niacinamide as well. So great if you do have that uneven skin tone, and it's wonderful. So if you're looking for something new and you're a big fan of Tilbury, I would say give this a go. This will be great for fall and winter. And the last product is by the Inkey list, and this is their Tripeptide Plumping Lip Balm. Now, I was really excited about this. I love a good lip balm. I use lip balms literally every day, multiple times a day, especially before I go to bed. And I thought it was pretty cool how this one had your peptides. So it's important to treat the lips, no different than the face and other parts of our body. And the peptides in here are further down in the ingredient list, but this is very balmy. This is your true lip balm. So there is shea butter in here, there's mango seed butter, there is also squalene, there is 2% filling spheres, which helps to fill in those lines on the lips temporarily, of course. And there's a lot of other ingredients in here just to nourish the lips. Now, I will say there is a weird scent to this. So there's no fragrance, but the scent that I'm smelling is just coming from the ingredients. It doesn't smell chemically, it doesn't smell like there's a chemical scent to it, but it just has this scent. So, you know, you may not think it's a big deal. It's just something that I noticed. It's not a huge deal. I mean, I wouldn't stop using this because of that, but there is something there. So just keep that in mind whenever you're using it. But of course, you can use this on its own, or you can actually put this on top of your tinted lip balms. You can put this on top of your lipstick, especially to add more moisture and to add more of that plumpness to it, of course. This is a great temporary thing for that plumper look. But of course, the peptides and the other ingredients in here will help with long term as well, especially with continuous use. Now, I haven't been using this long enough to notice anything dramatic with my lips. Yes, it's very moisturizing. Yes, it keeps my lips comfortable, but other than that, I really haven't seen much of a difference. And yeah, it is slightly plumping where your lips look a little bit more full. It doesn't plump where you have like this sensation. It just looks more full because of the ingredients, right? Because of the butters and the way that it looks shiny and juicy on the lips. So let me show you what this looks like on the back of my hand. It does look like an ointment. It does have like that type of texture. So that's what it looks like there. I hope you can see that. So it is pretty clear in color. There's absolutely no tint to it whatsoever. And obviously a little bit goes a long way. You wouldn't need much of this on your lips, but it definitely has that thickness to it. So if you have dry lips, or you get dry lips a lot come fall and winter, I think this is going to be exceptional because it just has that nice texture to keep the lips nice and comfortable and just well moisturized. Now, of course, I do have lipstick on already, but I'm just going to apply just a little bit on top just to see if I can show you what it looks like. It added more shine, and yes, my lips definitely feel more conditioned and they feel really moisturized. And for $17 Canadian, I feel like that is a pretty good price. You are getting 10 mils of product. This is going to last a fairly long time, and it has anti-aging ingredients in it. So don't neglect your lips. You know, you want to be using products on your lips as well, and why not try something that contains peptides and some butters? So yes, I like it. I feel like this would be something that I would purchase again, and I do feel like this is going to be excellent for fall and winter. So those are the 6 new skincare products that I recently put to the test. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful, and hopefully if you were curious about a specific product, I was able to address it in this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask away in that comment section. And did any one of these products catch your eye? Is there something that you would love to try for yourself? And have you tried any one of these products before? I would love to hear your thoughts. So let's get a conversation going in that comment section. And of course, everything will be linked below for you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.